Today we're going to talk about addiction, more than just the usual suspects. Most of the time when we talk about addiction, it's in terms of drug addiction, alcohol abuse, or maybe even gambling. But could addiction go way beyond that? I'm Angela Howard, and I am passionate about breaking the stigma of mental illness among fellow Christians. I'm here to help you live a more purposeful life in your relationship with God and with one another. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you don't miss out on any of the upcoming new content. According to Webster's dictionary, you're an addict when you devote or surrender yourselves to something habitually or obsessively. It would be so easy for me to just mention alcohol addiction, drug addiction, pornography, or gambling. And there may be some of us who struggle with those addictions. But if we don't struggle with that, we can, watch this video and leave feeling pretty good about ourselves. But the truth is really in the definition. Addiction is anything that we devote or surrender ourselves to habitually or maybe even obsessively. So what do you do? What do you turn to when you're feeling overwhelmed or stressed or fearful? Shopping, gossiping, lying, maybe it's a codependent relationship. Are you binge watching TV or obsessively checking your social media account? Maybe it's control or criticism or an obsession with your appearance or overwork. Maybe it's perfectionism for you, or maybe you're just addicted to perfectionism, religion, or self-pity. If you didn't find yourself somewhere on that list, then I don't know if you're really being honest and truthful with where you're at in your life. Where do you find yourself turning in times of crisis instead of turning to God? Psychiatrist Gerald May writes that this classic spiritual term for this compulsive condition is called attachment. The word comes from old European roots, meaning nailed to. We consider unhealthy attachments to be addictions. But the truth is that we all have unhealthy attachments, addictions, and even idols in our life. But most of the time, we're not really wanting to be honest with ourselves, and we try to deny it. So I'll be honest with you. One of the most difficult things that I deal with in my life is my addiction to control. Every addiction has different consequences, spiritually, emotionally, even physically, and also relationally. So we would love to kind of, try to compartmentalize those addictions and not realize that they do affect every part of our life. We would like to feel like we could really, separate that off into a little corner, but God created us to be integrated beings. My challenge to you today is to really name your addiction and then tell someone. You can't name what you're denying. James 5:16 says, confess your sins to one another and pray for one another that you might be healed. Have you ever thought of addiction in terms of what you're surrendering yourself to? I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Please subscribe for more videos. I'll be sharing some great tips and encouragement, whether you're struggling with a mental illness or have a loved one who does. I'll see you next time.